What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. I want to talk about CJ Stroud and Jordan Love in particular. These two QBs in their first playoff games and their first real seasons as starters have been awesome and have proved that they're franchise guys, and I think that they deserve so much credit. And we got to talk about these young dudes because these young, promising QBs are the future. So let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video. In the comments, let me know how you're feeling about CJ Stroud and Jordan Love, what your thoughts are on those two guys. Because I thought for their first playoff games, they were absolutely electric and played amazing. And I think that most people will probably agree that we can say that both these QBs are top 10 QBs. These guys are legit, dominant players, and they're going to be the face of the league for a long time. But we're going to start with CJ. CJ Stroud has been one of the greatest rookie QBs ever, has a great argument for being the best rookie QB ever. Obviously, he missed a couple of games, which kind of hinders his stats. But you see this playoff game going up against the top 3 defense in the Cleveland Browns and just shreds them to pieces. Like, what else can you ask for out of him? He doesn't throw picks, very rarely ever turns the ball over. He doesn't take bad sacks to where he's just standing in the pocket oblivious. He doesn't get you out of field goal range because of sacks. Like he'll extend plays and make plays with his feet just to give his receivers a longer, give him another second or two to get open. He doesn't really get outside the pocket with the idea I'm going to go run for the first down. He gets outside the pocket like I'm going to bomb this thing down there 40 yards and we're going to score. And it's just electric offense. His first playoff game, 16-21 for 274 yards and 3 touchdowns. Doesn't even play the fourth quarter. And 76% completion percentage with a perfect passer rating. Basically, the dude played perfect in his first ever game against a top stout defense in the Cleveland Browns. And I think the whole team on the Texans played very well, and I think that kind of helped. But this is their MVP. This is who, if they lose, he's probably going to take the blame. If they win, he's going to get a lot of the credit. But he just played lights out in a game that the Browns came out and scored first. They struck first. Texans come back and strike again. Stroud has just elevated the offense and to where now guys that are really supremely talented, like a Nico Collins, are getting more recognition because, hey, we finally have a guy that can actually hit us when we're open. CJ Stroud is that guy. He is going to be that top 3 QB, top 5, wherever you want to put him. He's going to be that guy for a very long time. And he's one of the easiest guys to root for. And I think for his first playoff game, he blew everything out of the water. And I think what's going to suck about it for rookie QBs coming in the future, now he's going to be the bar. To where it's oh, you didn't play like CJ Stroud, you didn't really have a great rookie year. Which, for guys coming in, good luck doing what CJ Stroud has done because he turned this team around as their franchise guy to where they were picking second last year. And now they're in the playoffs and they won a playoff game and they had a home playoff game. And let's look at it. The game against the Colts was on the road. That was essentially a playoff game. Win and you're in. And he played amazing in that game too. He does everything you need from a franchise quarterback. And so does another guy in Jordan Love. So I want to talk about Jordan too because he really came in. And this is the game against the Cowboys. Honestly, you can say the same thing for CJ against the Browns. People didn't really give them a chance. They were the other team is just, they're better. They got these young guys. We don't really know what to expect. The safe bet was the Cowboys and the Browns. And both those QBs said, no. That was a dumb bet. But to put it simply, Jordan Love had a legacy game against the Dallas Cowboys. It's almost the same stat line as CJ Stroud, ironically. 16-for-21 for 272 yards and 3 touchdowns with a perfect passer rating. So essentially, it was 2 yards from those guys having identical games, which is incredible. But Jordan Love in this game, he impressed me so much with his pocket presence and extending plays. Because they had a lot of big plays, like those big plays you saw to Romeo Doubs, right? Where Doubs is getting a ton of yardage. If you watch the QB on those plays, he's stepping back and stepping away from pressure, buying that extra second, throwing off of his back foot, and dropping a dime in the middle of the field. You saw a lot of plays with Love where he's rolling out, not looking to necessarily run. He's rolling out to extend the play, darts it in there. You have the touchdown to, it was the last touchdown of the game. I forget who got it. But basically sidearms it through 3 defenders while he's going out to the right, back across his body. Beautiful throw. Game was already over at that point, to be honest. And then, honestly, this game was over in the second quarter. But Jordan Love just led them down the field. And I knew that this game was going to be different when they chose to receive the coin toss. When they won the coin toss, they chose to receive the ball. Everybody defers to the second half. Packers came out, and I think this was like a coaching thing too, to where like, we're going to come out and we're coming for it all. So they came out, took the ball, 75-yard touchdown. Their drive, I should say. And it was orchestrated by their QB, extending plays and making things happen and playing, kind of within the structure, but then when you have to step outside the structure, throws a dime. Did everything. And let's be honest, he's been awesome since that Raiders game where the whole team kind of looked bad against the Raiders, but he particularly played very poorly. Ever since that game, he's been elite the whole way through. I think that game was like okay, we found some things we got to fix, and then they did. And on his season, I mean, statistically, he's really hard to argue against. This is really his first year actually playing. And he was top 7 in passing yards, top 2 in touchdowns, and top 9 in QBR. So the main things that you're looking at, can he sling the rock? Is he good with the rock? And does he score a lot of touchdowns? Because you got to put up points. Check, check, and check. That's Jordan Love for you. And I do think this is honestly really unfair because the Green Bay Packers have gotten 3 franchise quarterbacks in a row now. You went from Brett Favre, who's a Hall of Famer. You went to Aaron Rodgers, Hall of Famer. And now you have Jordan Love, who has been lighting it up in his first full year. And it's honestly, for both CJ and Jordan Love, this is one of those things where, like, no matter what happens from here for the rest of the season, it was a successful season for them and their teams. Because nobody had them coming in and winning a playoff game in their first real years as starters. I definitely didn't, and I don't know of anybody that did. I thought that Stroud would be awesome. I thought that there was a lot of teams that should have tried to trade up and get him. I didn't know what to expect with Jordan Love, just because we hadn't seen a lot. But I've been blown away. I've been absolutely blown away and impressed. And both these teams got QB1s for the next 10 years. And it's good for football because they came in and they just 2 upsets. What were they at? Well, Texans were at home, but I think the Packers were the first 7 seed to win a playoff game. They went into Dallas, stomped them. The Texans take on a Browns team that's on fire and stomp them. It was a great year. No matter what happens, even if they win another game, whatever it is, these dudes are elite and they deserve all the credit in the world, all the love in the world. So I just wanted to give them that. This video I was kind of debating, do I want to talk about J Love and CJ Stroud, or I can do what a lot of the media people are going to do and talk about the Cowboys and how that was a dumpster fire for them. And sure, but I was like, I think the guys that played great football deserve more credit and more recognition rather than the ones that didn't. So, anywho, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video. But shout out CJ Stroud, IE's finest, and shout out Jordan Love for being an absolute killer in his first playoff game. You love to see it. These guys are going to be the future. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I'm done. Peace.